According to the theory of the law of attraction, people's ideas affect their lives, with positive thoughts attracting favorable consequences and negative thoughts drawing out negative ones. It is predicated on the idea that good energy, which includes thoughts, attracts success in all spheres of life, including health, money, and relationships. These lofty declarations raise the question, is the law of attraction genuine? Even though novels like The Secret have made the law of attraction more popular recently, it lacks scientific support for their assertions and is widely regarded as pseudoscience. Some individuals mention the power of positive thinking and quantum physics when they say that most individuals believe in the law's sense and its reality, but have not always benefited from adopting it. Others disagree because they've tried repeatedly writing validations without success, or they think it's a ridiculous proposition. It makes sense that brain science would support the idea that one can attract the things one wants into his life if they were real. Law of Attraction. Scientific evidence. Wallace D. Wattles, an Illinois resident, is credited for introducing the interesting idea of the law of attraction. According to this law, people draw things and situations to themselves based on how they direct their thoughts. According to the law of attraction philosophy, people who fixate on failure, poverty, and other adverse conditions often attract even more unfavorable circumstances. Contrarily, those who have the self-control to discard any negative thoughts they have, including those that enter the mind from the external domain, are the winners. It may also range from the despairing pages of the media section, or simply pessimistic conversations from co-workers and family members. It may work at developing a wide spectrum of positive thoughts in their mind. They may have unlocked a potent tool for accomplishing their objectives. Law of Attraction. Interpretations. Since Wattles published his seminal work, his concepts have been interpreted in multiple ways. Some people take a more literal approach, contending that simply envisioning anything they want, say a new automobile, a big house, or the designed collection of designer clothes, will attract anyone. No additional actions outside of the daily routine are required. This mystical strategy, based on a comprehensive conception of mind over matter, is merely one potential response to what Wattles was trying to say. The opposite end of the spectrum is the idea that Wattles' law of attraction is psychological and figurative rather than a concrete use of willpower to actively alter reality. According to this theory, the law of attraction operates by helping people focus on enjoyable and positive things, which helps them overcome mental and emotional obstacles that could otherwise hinder them from taking advantage of opportunities or attempting new things that could genuinely advance their overall goal. This latter perspective promotes the idea that adopting a positive outlook can help individuals overcome self-doubt and pessimistic dogmatism, which would otherwise paralyze people when effort and some innovative problem-solving could lead to better outcomes, whether in the area of employment, romance, or even a recreational or a charitable interaction that one may like to engage in. Law of Attraction. Quantum enlargement. Without question, having a positive outlook can help one maximize one's natural abilities, bring him closer to his coveted success, and overall make him happier and more emotionally attached. It may even enable people to see alternatives they might otherwise have reflexively blocked out, or dismissed as too perfect to be true, since it will release the mind from the constraints of negative affirmation of the present circumstances. However, a fascinating idea termed quantum entanglement offers those transparencies to persons who think the law of attraction can be explained as a partially or entirely a thought-over-matter perspective. The human brain may be able to control these impulses neurologically, allowing individuals to change physical objects by thought alone. Quantum-level communications can defy standard time and space limitations. Law of Attraction. Its functionalities. Several people find the law of attraction a challenging concept. notably those committed to scientific logic and reasoning. After all, there is no scientific proof that it should, and it defies logic. It simply functions. But how can anyone describe that? There is indeed no proof of the law of attraction in science. Many people can tell you how it has helped them, but no scientist has ever found any evidence to support it. Science has established that humans and everything else in the universe are dynamic patterns of energy rather than immovable objects. It has also demonstrated the interconnectivity of all entities in the universe. These are the fundamental ideas that form the cornerstone of the law of attraction, but they do not establish its reality. Why everyone doesn't always receive what he desires if the law of attraction works is a question that detractors frequently pose. It's a thoughtful query that sets the stage for a fascinating discussion. People don't receive what they intend because of the following 4 reasons. People get attracted to the wrong things. They block the good things. They don't know what they want. They don't even know how to ask. Most individuals are unaware that being needy and desperate will not help them achieve their goals in life. One can't just say, "Hello, universe, bless me with riches, please." In reality, people must be in a mindset where they aren't deeply attached to the consequences. People have a hard time grasping this idea. As people desire something, they expect to get it. They are blind to the fact that there are several ways to get material things. Clinging to desire and worrying about the result is one approach. Even if one wants doesn't materialize today, tomorrow, or even next week, individuals should be understanding and tolerant. How effective is the law of attraction? If people have the confidence to let it function, then yes, it works. Unfortunately, it's challenging to be open all the time. The majority of human beings are unwilling to put up the necessary effort because it requires patience and practice. Only what can be tested can science understand. If scientists put the law of attraction to the test, does it work? To cite an instance, people impulsively decide they want a special hat. They wait after requesting the universe. The attempt is a failure, since the headgear never appears. There is no such thing as the law of attraction. It's an experiment of sound in the true sense of science. The only issue is that this universal law only works when the human heart is sincere and open. People get exactly what they ask for and nothing more. They all have fictitious desires. People misunderstand that money is frequently the root of their sorrow and still believe that they want money. Perhaps security is what they want, but they don't know themselves well enough to realize this. The human subconscious may have different desires from those of the conscious mind. Can anyone guess which of the two is more potent? People need to be honest with themselves if they want the law of attraction to function. They need to be aware of their desires. Most people unknowingly apply the law every day, and it most certainly works. They consider how stressful their job is when they first wake up. Then, when they get to work, what happens? Is it stressful indeed? When individuals concentrate on how poor they are and curse their financial misfortune, more money comes their way. They understand they'll never discover the ideal romantic match while languishing in self-pity. It's the final proof that they can't afford it. Whether one subscribes to the theory of the law of attraction or not, he is aware of the concept of a self-fulfilling prophecy. Individuals are unaware that it is a universal law that may be utilized for good as opposed to ill. Bad things happen when individuals concentrate on negative thoughts. When they concentrate on the good, only nice things occur. It's quite straightforward, and there are innumerable examples in everyday life. The law of attraction is functional here. What if the things people want never materialize? Then, how effective is the law of attraction? It is for sure, but people may be sabotaging themselves once more. One might put up barriers that prevent him from achieving his desired goals. In the land of plenty, people do it somewhat frequently. Too much excitement and desire for money really hinder the law of attraction from operating. This excessive enthusiasm communicates a strong underlying conviction that people won't succeed. The conviction that they can't or shouldn't have what their intention is, where all the anxiety stems from. The law of attraction frequently fails to function when it should, because something is in the way. Finding these blockages and working them needs some introspection. What other people think doesn't matter in the end. Letting the law of attraction work depends on the level of belief. One shouldn't allow people who say no to the question, "Does the law of attraction work?" This question itself may cause one to lose trust in the universe. Law of attraction and quantum physics. "Sir, how soon will it take one to get enlightened?" a pupil once questioned his teacher. "Probably approximately 20 years, the master retorted. "Yes, but what if one works sincerely to achieve it?" the student inquired. The master replied, "Then it'll take one 40 years to attain salvation." This anecdote illustrates a spiritual reality that many people find challenging to accept. One virtually cannot create success in matters of divinity. The path of spirituality as a whole involves believing rather than striving. This reality may be enough to stop those who have grappled with the law of attraction. Tradition dictates that development occurs at the level of structure, and that everything relating to surrender or believing only plays a little role in achieving human goals at best. However, with the recent success of films like What the Bleep Do We Know?, Conversations with God, and The Secret, trust as a spiritual practice has taken center stage in contemporary lessons. Individuals are taught that the foundation of all of their spiritual activities is belief. What then should they do? How do they convince themselves that the law of attraction exists? And more significantly, how do they inspire themselves that it may have a positive impact on their lives? The best procedure people are aware of is something anyone who is motivated enough to look for it can easily access, and that serves as proof. Sometimes all people need to convince themselves of anything is evidence to back it up. Here is a belief overview of some scientific proof that confirms the presence of the law of attraction. Science has been demonstrating for years that the micro impacts the macro, and that the greater scale is really the fruition of the lesser. It is referred to as quantum physics in the science realm. As per quantum physics, an atom lives in all potentialities until somebody perceives it. Human assumptions about it will influence how it performs once individuals observe the same. It might, for instance, involve firing a single atom through a slit in a wall. The atom behaves when no one is looking as if it were a trillion separate atoms, yielding every outcome at a feasible level. All of the above outcomes will occur. It will occasionally hit the wall, not hit it in other directions, and ricochets off the ceiling, the ground, or the forehead. However, observing it will only lead to a single action, which one thinks would manifest. When magnified and applied to human life, people's opinions about things have an impact on what happens. The cosmos will change its course to make it happen if one truly thinks that he will obtain a new vehicle. One cannot have a planet without the intellect working into it, as it is said in The Secret. People are all able to change the world by their beliefs, so if one has faith that something is possible for him, it will surely work for him. Don't rely just on prophecies, though. It's unlikely that reading this essay alone will be sufficient to change fundamental human beliefs on the relevant matter. People will need to conduct some research if they want to convince themselves of the genuine power of the mind. The evidence is available, there waiting. All one has to do is discover it, whether somebody is reading fiction, watching science-related films, or attending spiritual classes that further develop the thought process. A distinct view of the law of attraction. People are aware of it. They certainly have read about it. Perhaps they have seen a movie and are well informed about it. Is it what? Is it the key to everything? To existence? To every other thing floating in the universe? Does it provide unending happiness, money, and health? Is that something one should work on? Does it function exactly as promised? One would have previously expressed one's disapproval of the numerous motion pictures and books that say the law of attraction is the key to existence, the universe, and everything. Still, one remains critical. Individuals may not believe in the law of attraction, or that the universe operates the way that several contemporary prophets and teachers claim it does, and one has neither personally used it nor observed any conclusive evidence to support this claim. That said, the law of attraction is a crucial tool for attaining human goals, particularly when applied correctly, and not in a way that involves praying to a celestial powerhouse. One may start using this concept, which has been referred to as the law of attraction, if one realizes what it entails without hesitation or aggravation. Today's teachers, mystics, and movie makers all depict and teach the law of attraction in this manner. The formula is ask, believe, receive, according to the book and film The Secret. To put it another way, one prays and has faith that what one desires will happen, and then he gets it. The universe will grant all humans a gift if the petitions are reasonable and the intents are in alignment. Some assert that because like attracts alike, while others think about what they want. They will subsequently emit subatomic messages that will draw them closer. The true solution is to put that idea into practice. If one succeeds, one will be far wealthier than he could ever have imagined. Even if he does not, he will finally obtain what he is longing desperately. What is happening around the globe right now? There are tragedies and disappointing news everywhere. But is this causing mankind any concern? Why should they be? There is a solution that is before common man, and that those who knew about it have kept a secret. The law of attraction has some truths that have been hidden. Now some people would ask for scientific proof of the law of attraction's existence. However, there is no scientific proof yet, but it won't be long before science catches up with reality. Albert Einstein asserted many years ago that all matter in the universe is composed of minute particles. These particles have a specific level of vibration and can respond to other particles. Human brains are vibrational frequency transmitters and receivers. Every idea people generate has a vibrational frequency, and because of this, it influences how other particles behave. So how does the law of attraction fit into all this? According to the law of attraction, people have or develop into what they think about the majority of the time. That is the extent of their power of thought process. The universe will inevitably grant the wishes of mankind if people think about it with a strong desire to make it happen. Human thoughts shape the world they live in, and people's minds draw other individuals into their life. One may think about appreciating something one already has, rather than wishing he had it. One of the keys to success derives from this ideology. Regarding personal feelings, they must always be good. Negative feelings act as barriers that prevent someone from living the life he expects. People must obsessively reflect on their desires while enjoying themselves. One must have complete faith in this, else doubt will set in, and one will start to lose hope. In this situation, human desires will not come true. Therefore, people must have faith in their inner capacity for creation, act as though they are already content with what they have previously desired, and feel satisfied with what they have now achieved. These are the law of attraction's actual underlying principles. Individuals need to focus on the things they want. The negative attraction will stop the moment one focuses on what one desires, and the positive attraction will start the moment the negative attraction ends. And at the very point, the negative feelings will turn positive. That is the pivoting phrase. Despite being frequently used by esoteric writers, the term law of attraction lacks a generally accepted definition. But according to the majority of New Thought philosophers, the law of attraction extends to the like attracts like premise in terms of conscious desire. So, returning to the law of attraction's definition, like attracts like. Do people know what the universal law of attraction will bring them if all humans ever think about how desperately they want to be healthy, wealthy, and contented? A life spent wishing everyone had all of those abstract and material things, as one might have predicted.